When you crack open an oyster, you discover not just a delicacy inside, but a world of history, habitat, and human connection. I traveled to Cancale in Brittany, the oyster capital of France, to find out all there is to know about this shellfish, how they're produced, and how to tell if they're fresh, and how some tastes are changing with time. Before oysters grace your plate, their story begins in muddy beds. Romans harvested oysters here in Cancale 2,000 years ago. Today, oyster farmer Brice Rollin is my guide as I dive into what makes French oysters so special.
There you go.
So tell me why the French love their oysters so much.
Oh, I think it's a very long tradition for French people to eat oysters, especially at Christmas, New Year's Eve. So it's directly associated to a good time in family and also associated to healthy food. So perfect combination.
So what makes these waters perfect for oyster farming?
Here in Cancale, we have really a specific miroir. So it's the impact of the tide, which is really strong. So we have 12 meters between the low tide and the high tide, twice per day. So it brings a lot of plankton with the current. And also it helps the oysters, as you can see around here, to be spending a lot of time during the day outside of the water. And when they're outside of the water, they remain closed. So then we will have a stronger oyster and a nicer shell.
Here, oysters grow for 2 to 4 years before they're harvested. Then it's off to the processing plant for cleaning and packaging. Timing is everything. Once out of the water, they must be eaten within a week. And yes, they are still alive. 2 varieties are produced here.
This is like what we call creuse in French, and this is what we call plate. So the flat one and the curvy ones. This is imported from Japan and it's way more resistant to the changes of temperature and this kind of thing. And this is not an oyster which can be outside of the water for a very long tide or anything. It's more fragile.
Oysters are best enjoyed raw at their peak. So from tide to table, how do you know when they're truly at their prime?
Oyster, when it's fresh, it's always a little bit wet, as you can see. You see, they are not dry. If the shell, even from the outside, if you see the shell is very dry, already you can start to have a little bit of doubt.
Typically, oysters are paired with a crisp white wine. In France, however, a new way to eat them is making waves among the younger crowd.
A big Red Bull, 2 oysters. So I pour one for you.
Okay.
All right. I think not too much. Like, that's way too much. Chin chin. Good luck.
Oh no, I don't like it.
No.
But it's hot on the internet. Oysters aren't just a delicacy. They're a superfood packed with protein and essential nutrients, but climate change is threatening their habitat. How are oyster farmers adapting to climate change?
So, you know, with climate change, temperatures are rising, and so the oysters are growing faster. So we need to work more on the oyster to control the growth. So what we will do, we have to shake oyster pouches like this. So what we do, we put them in this type of crate, so we can shake them all at once. So it saves a lot of time as well.
And this prevents them from growing faster.
Exactly. This will help us when we will shake the whole thing like this by holding it here. Then this will shake all the oyster at one time and it will break the little dentelle on the outside, so it will stop them from growing too fast.
In Cancale, climate change has reduced both the quantity and size of the oysters, affecting the price. Fresh out of the water, they cost 2 to 3 euros a piece and about 40 euros for a plate in a restaurant. So as you can see, Brittany's oysters are more than just food. They're a link between nature, culture, and cuisine.
You want to try them?